Hello, this is rockratzero coming to you on BremSter's channel today with a solve of a puzzle called Andy Goes Bananas. This is by Olli Wright. This is sort of an art Sudoku. It's inspired by the Andy Warhol design of the Velvet Underground and Nico album. Looks like that, so I think Olli has done a very good job of rendering that together. We're going to take a look at the rules for this puzzle and jump right into the solve here. The rules are normal Sudoku rules apply. So we're going to put the digits 1 through 9 in each box, in each row, and in each column without repetition. We have this yellow banana drawn in the grid. Digits along a yellow line must have a difference of at least 4. So if this was a 6, you could put a 2 here or a 1 here, but you could not put a 3 here because those digits only have a difference of 3. That goes for every adjacent digit connected along the line. Then we have ratio pairs, these black dots. Digits separated by a black dot are in a 1-to-2 ratio, which means if we look at these two black dots here, we could fulfill it with like a 2-4, for instance, or maybe a 6-3. That would be one way to fill that one black dot. Whichever way it goes, one of them has to be double the other. But not all digits are given, so we could have a 2-4 over here with no black dot. That's totally okay. We have a couple killer cages down here at the bottom. In these, digits cannot repeat, but they couldn't repeat anyway. And it has to, the digits in here have to sum to the value at the top left of the cage. So this has to sum to 4, this has to sum to 6. Finally, we have these inequality symbols, and they connect two cells and indicate that the cell that is in this, say a 6, has to be greater than the cell that is here, say a 2. And if we put a 2 there, then we could not put a 1 here because 1 is greater than 2. This should point to the lower number, so maybe that could be like an 8. All right, those are the rules. I'll restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Okay, so I've done a number of Dutch Whisper puzzles in the past. Less common variant than the more popular German Whisper puzzle. If you're familiar with German Whispers, what these kinds of constraints set up are most of the time you've got a kind of situation like this where we have some alternating digits where this would be like high, low, high, low, high, low, where say this is a low digit 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a high digit 6, 7, 8, 9. Low digit 1, 2, 3, 4. High digit 6, 7, 8, 9, or whatever. But in a Dutch Whisper, you don't have to always alternate the parity because you can use a 1, 5, or 9. And so if you use a 5 on the line, you could do something like 9, 5, 1, and now we have high, 5, low, and so these now are of opposite high-lowity, if you will. That allows you actually to draw shapes like this with these lines, these little triangles, a 3-cell triangle where all the cells see each other in a Dutch Whisper puzzle must be 1, 5, 9 because each one of these must be at least 4 from its neighbor, and the only combination of 3 digits is 1, 5, and 9. So these 3 digits are 1, 5, and 9. We can put them right in. This has to be lower than its neighbors, so it can't be a 9. So that's only a 1 or 5. There's a 9 somewhere in one of those two cells. Okay, so that's the first thing I saw, and the first thing I always look for in a Dutch Whisper puzzle is these little triangles. But we've got some really easier stuff down here. This is a 2-cell 4 cage, which means it's a 1, 3. This 6 cage, there's only 2 ways to make 6. That can be 1, 5 or 2, 4, but we've already used the 1 here, so this has to be 2, 4. All right, so those are known We don't know which way yet, but those are known. Then I'm looking at all of this cluster of black dots. And the reason I'm looking at this cluster of black dots is because I can connect a couple of these dots a couple of different ways to where there are 3 cells linked with black dots. Now usually we can use on a black dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 8. All of these different digits because they can all be in a 1 to 2 ratio. But if I put, for instance, 3, 6 across this dot, that won't work because I can't put anything here, right? The 3, 6, what would we could go 3, 6, 12 or 6, 3, 1.5, and that won't work. So that won't work that way. It also won't work that way. So anytime you have a run of 3 cells with black dots, then the only digits that will work there are 1, 2, 4, and 8. Okay, so all of these come from 1, 2, 4, and 8. And I want to look at the line now and think about it. Now, the only way that we can do this, we're usually always going high, low, unless we have a 5 in the mix somewhere. But none of these can be 5. So we're going to have to keep our high, low, high, low. One of these then is going to have to be high. But of these 4 choices, only one of them is high, is an 8. So one of these is going to have to be an 8, which means this can't be an 8. Oh, but before I go on, let me say also, this middle, we can say something about the things that are in the middle of a run. They could never be 8. That there is in the middle of a 3-cell run. It's in the middle of that 3-cell run. And this one is in the middle of a 3-cell run. Here, it can't be a 1 or an 8 because this the middle digit, it can't be the low or the high digit. It has to be in between. Now this cell here, we can notice we could form a run, but all 3 of those cells don't see each other. All 3 of these cells don't see each other, so we don't get to do anything about the pencil marks there. But okay, but this is true. One of these has to be an 8 because if this is low, it would be 1, 2, 4, and that would have to be 8. And if this is high, it has to be 8. So because one of these is 8, that means that this has to be a 4 because the only thing that can connect to the 8 is a 4. Now, we can continue this logic down here because if, let's say that was an 8. If that was an 8, this would be a 1 or a 2, and this had to be high. If that's high, this is high, and it would have to be an 8. If this was low, that has to be an 8, which means one of these is going to have to be an 8, so that is also a 4. And let's go ahead and color this. I don't know which way it is, but I can color it in alternating colors. Because this is not, because this can't go to a 5 because of the 5 here, we know this one's going to have to continue the low-high situation. This one can't be a 5 there, so it can be pink. What else can we say about this? We've got a 1, 3 here, so that can't be 1. And actually, none of these can be 1. Yeah, none of these can be 1 because 4 is not in a ratio with 1. So all of those are not 4. So these are all 2 8s. Okay. That means that this 2 8 is a pink 2 8 because now we have the 2 8s actually colored. That has to be the a pink 2 8. I think we have to go here. All right, so this is another run of 3. So it is also 1, 2, 4, 8. Thought we'd get something here, but let's look here. 1, 2, 4, 8. This one is in the middle of the run, so it cannot be 1 or 8. Yeah, and that's what we needed to see, because now we have a 2, 4 pair in the column, which means that cannot be 2 or 4. All right, so let's delete that and think what can this cell now actually be. So if this is a 1, we go 1, 2, and this would be a 4. if this is an 8, we go 8, 4, and this would be a 2, which gives me another 2, 4 pair in the row. But more importantly, this can only be a low digit, which I'm going to use blue for low and yellow for high. From 2 or 4, the only thing we can't go to 5, so this has to be a high digit, which means it has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9, but there's a 9 right here, so it can't be a 9. All right. Now, because this is a high digit and it's not 9, for one, that can't be a high digit, and it's not a 9, so it can't be a 5, so that has to be a 1, which makes that a 5, and that a 9. That is a low digit. That is a high digit. This is going to be a low digit. And now we know that pink is high and green is low. And so we can put a 2 here, 2 here, 8, and 8. All right. That's good progress. Oh, there's a 7 right here looking across, so that also can't be 7. Let's get rid of that. Okay, this is not 1 or 4, so it has to be 2 or 3. But, again, we have this 2, 4 pair in the column, so it can't be 2, so it is a 3. To be 4 away from 3, this has to be at least a 7. 8 or 9, 7, 8, or 9 to be 4 away from 3, but it can't be 8 because there's already an 8 in the box, so that's 7 or 9. Okay, down here, what's next? This is a 2, so it cannot connect to a 5, so it has to connect to a high digit, and that is a low digit. The 2 and 4, see this, so this has to be a 1 or a 3. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. That one's not a 7. That one's not an 8. 2 is far away enough from everything there. This digit, though, is on an inequality, and it's on the small side of an inequality, so it cannot be a 9. So it's only a 6 or an 8, which actually, I guess we could go ahead and fill this, because this has to be higher than 6, so it's 7, 8, 9, but it's not 7, so it's either 8 or 9, because that's 7 right there. Okay. What else can we do? So this is a 6 or an 8, so it can only connect to a low digit, which I've got a 1, 3, and a 4 in the box, so that low digit is a 2. That 2 can only connect to a high digit. The high digit is 7, 6, or 9. 6, 7, or 9, because we got an 8 right there. Now, here we have an issue where if this is a 9, that could be a 5, I think. It could be a 5, 1, that was a high digit. So this could be a 5. Let's look over here and go from this direction. This is a 2 or 4, so it has to connect to a high digit. It has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. I don't have any restriction on that one. This, though, this cannot be a 5, so this has to be a low digit. That cannot be, this is a low digit. That's great. So this is a low digit. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It can't be 3 because we have a 3 already, and it can't be a 2, 4 because this 2, 4 pair, so that's a 1, which makes that an 8, a 4, and a 2. The 2 looks down, makes this 4, 2 known in our 6 cage. All right, this is a 1, so this could still be 5. Okay, so what digits can this be? That's a high digit, so it could be, it could, I was going to say it could be a low digit, but what low digit would it be? We've already got a 4, 2, a 1, and a 3 in the box, so this is not a low digit. It's actually a 5. Let's give 5 a color. I don't know. We can make it green. Let's give this green up there as well. So that's actually a 5. which as soon as I didn't need to go up here, we could have just continued on, and if I'd noticed this 1, 3, 4, 2, we would have been fine. Okay, now what? Now what? I guess we should do this pair. If I scan the column, I see that's a 7 or a 6. So that's a 6, 7. What next? These two are 6, 7, and 9. 6, 7, and 9 in here. Okay, and that actually gives me a 6, 7, 9 triple. That's pretty nice. 6, 7, 9 triple that looks at that cell. So these three look at that cell, meaning this is an 8 and that is a 9. Taking 9 out of that cell and that cell. So this is now a 6 or a 7. That is a 6 or a 7, which means what? It gives me a triple, I guess, here of a 1, 3, 9, but this can't be a 9, so that's a 1, 3 pair. There's a 9 here, a 9 here, so the 9s are lining up. The 4s, this 4 looks over, and this 4 looks over, meaning right there is a 4. Yeah, let's do some more Sudoku maybe. That means there's a 4 looking up here, that 4 looks down, so there's a 4 here, 4 looks there, that's a 4. 4 has to be greater than whatever this digit is. The only digit in the column that's left that can go there is a 3. All right, so let's put these digits in now. 6 and 5, and the 5 looks over, telling us which way they go. 6 and 5. All right, nice. What now? Oh, that 1 looks down. That can't be a 1. Okay, what do we have over here left? A 6, 7, and a 3. But it's not a 3. Wait, 6, 7, not a 3. 6, 7, and a 5. Sorry. 6, 7, and 5. But this 5 looks down. So this is 6, 7. That has to be a 5. Hidden single. If we look across here, we're down to 1. We've got these 1, 3, and this 6, 7, which tells us the only thing left there is an 8. This 8 looks up, meaning one of those two is an 8. Which means that digit is not an 8. What's next? 6, 7, 9, triple. This is a 1, a 3, or a 5. 1, 3, 5. And that's not 1. Okay, this is all Sudoku at this point, except for up here. Is this helpful if we look at this? So we have to have two digits that are greater than 5 that are not 6. So these have to be 7, 8, and 9. And this one can't be 9. No, I don't see how that resolves yet. Oh, here's something I didn't do. I should have done this immediately. People probably screaming at me. Once I put this 5 here, this has to be a 9. It's the only high digit that can go next to the 5. So that gets rid of that 9, puts a 6, 7 there. That doesn't really do too much, though. It doesn't look like. So I think we've got to look at for some more Sudoku, don't we? How about 5s? The 5s there and there, I mean, there's a 5 here. 5 looks up there, looks across there, looks up there, looks there. There's a 5. 5, 5. 5 looks over here. 5 looks over there. So one of these is 5. And one of these is 5. What is left? So in this box, a 3 in this box. The 3 looks here. The 3 then is in one of those, because this 3 looks over, so the 3 has to be in one of those two, which means those can't be 3. lots of places to look. I'm trying to see where's the best place to look. How about here? This is a quadruple, I guess. It's 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. 1, 3, 6, or 7. This can't be 1. This can't be 6. This can't be 1. That wasn't as useful as I thought. Okay, what am I missing? 5, 5, 4s, 4s. How about 8s? These two 8s look across. Put an 8 there. Which means one of these is an 8. Don't know. Oh, here's yeah, okay. So that's cute. There's an 8 up here. We have a 6, 7 down here. There's a 1, 3 right here. We already have a 1, 3 in this box, so these two cells cannot take a 1 or a 3. So 1 or 3 has to go up there with the 8, which means we can put 1, 3, 8, and this 1, 3, 8 forms a triple. So this is just a double, a pair. That pair left over, 1, 3 is a 2, 9 pair. 2, 9 pair left over, which means this is a 7, 6 pair. The 2, 9 pair is resolved by this 2. So that's a 9 and a 2. That 9 looks over here and takes 9 out of that cell, which leaves a 6, 7 pair there, which means this is a 1, 3 pair left over. There's a 1 in a box here. That's going to tell me which way that 1, 3 pair goes. All right. That's nice. Got lots of like pointing pairs building into this puzzle. That's not a 3 anymore. What's left over here, maybe? 5, 6, 7, and 9. 5, 6, 7, and 9. I'm going to type this. 5, 6, 7, and 9. Not so great. Oh, 9 here. 9 good. Okay. This is 5, 6, 7, and 9. 5, 6, 7, and 9. But it's not 5. Aha! Okay, so this is the cell that gives me something. As once I put that 6, 7, 9, I can see a 6, 7, 9 triple in this column looking at that. So that cell is not allowed to be 6, 7, or 9. So that cell is an 8, making that a 7. This 8 looks over, removes that Snyder mark, and makes that an 8. So that's not an 8. Clean that up, leaving that 1, 3 pair in the column. This 7 that we just placed looks there, gets rid of that 7. Okay, what else can we clean up? That 7 looks down, making that a 6. The 6 looks up, making that an 8. 6 and 7 come out of there to make that a 5, 9. So we have 3, 5, 9. Let's see, what else? Three digits are left here. Let's figure out what those are. A 2, a 4, and a 6. So 6 comes out of there and there. Oh, there was already a 6 in the box. 7. Oh, we just put that 6. It's okay. We just didn't clean that up. That's fine, because we just got that 6 from the 7. So we're okay. 2, 4, 6 up there. The 4 looks over there, so that's not a 4. That's not a 6. We can finish this triple maybe, which is 2, 4, and 9. There's a 2, 4 looking up there, making that a 9. This 4 here looks up, making that 2, that 4. So that's not 4. What's left here? 1, 3, and another 9. 1, 3, and 9, but the 9 looks over there, putting the 9 there. This 1 also looks over, so that's a 3. That's a 1. That looks over to get that 3. This 3 looks all the way down here to give me a 1 and a 3 there. Oh, that 1 was already looking down at it, but that's okay. I just hadn't got it to it yet. I also mentioned this 6 just a moment ago that we placed, which looks over to fix this 6, 7 pair. The 3 that we placed fixes this 1, 3. This 3 looks over. Yep. Gives me a 5, 1, 9, and 3 in the box. Sets this whole quad. This 9 looks up and is going to give me a 7 here, a 5 here, a 9 there. Okay. What else does that do? That looks at that. The last thing left is a 7. Looks up and makes that a 9. This is not a 7. What else? And it's not a 3 because we placed a 3 there. So that's a 6. That's a 7. The last digit in this box is probably knowable. It's going to be a 3. That 7 looks down and fixes all these 6 7s down here. That's a 6. That's a 7. That's a 6. That's a 7. That's a 6. That's a 7. We've just got these and this 2 6. Is this 2 6 resolved yet? No, but I'm sure it will be soon. So what's left here? 1, 2, 3. We need a 4 and 1, 2, and a 2. 4 and 2. There's a 4 right there, which makes that a 2. That a 6. That a 2. That a 4. This needs a 6. And the last digit is a 1. So 24, 36, 350 solves. Like that puzzle. Thanks so much, Ollie, for letting us do this puzzle. Really enjoyed that. Lots of pairs, pointing pairs, and a lot of, I don't know if you call them hidden triples or just naked triples that were in there that we needed to find to solve that puzzle. I felt like I bounced around a lot. Maybe there was a more straightforward path, but I had a lot of fun with that puzzle. And I hope you did too. And if you like this puzzle, please, BremSter doesn't always ask for this, but like the video, subscribe. If you've made it to the end, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. We would love to have you as a subscriber. Like the video, put some comments down, make kind comments. And with that, good luck with your solving.